It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Farewell to my life. Farewell to my home. This is my last chance for survival. This is my last escape. Man, do I ever wish that that beginning sequence had subtitles, because the dialogue in it is actually pretty great. I mean, the part where they're like, where did they come from? Well, they came from the elevator, dude. That's a little... Can I get by this guy? Hey, guy. Do I still have my skill? I don't have my skills. Okay. Now, I have played Resident Evil 2 a ton, because that was my era. This game, though, holds a special place in my heart, and playing it again feels like slipping into a hot bath with Aveeno baby oil waiting for me, and scented vanilla candles. The candles themselves are made of vanilla. That is what this feels like. This game, I broke and like tore my lower spine when I was 15, 16, around there somewhere. Shut up, date! September 28th, daylight.
The monsters have overtaken the
They
city.
have.
Somehow, I'm still alive.
Tell us about it, Jill. I'll wait.
Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there. How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
No! I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters. Now leave me alone!
Look at this rich dialogue. We don't have subtitles. And you shouldn't use subtitles unless you're handicapped and need them, because those deliveries are... Anyway, I grievously injured myself. Hang on, I'm going to interrupt myself one more time.
I told you! I'm not leaving! Never!
I love that
Just
guy.
get away from me.
Alright, well, we'll be back to check on that guy later. See, this is where they screwed us in the remake, where they were like, we saw the guy and we're like, that's the bomb, I'm gonna come back and see this guy. Because he's got his own little sub-story that we'll get into. And then we never saw him again. And what was the excuse? That, oh, we did Resident Evil 3, the remake, super fat. This was done like in 1 year after RE2. That's why you're gonna recognize that my gestures and all my mechanics are straight out of RE2. Anyway, so... why does Dane love this game? Dane loves this game because when Dane horribly obliterated her lower spine in practice one day, she, I will take the gun bullets. She, once you get injured, you can maybe walk out from an injury, but then you sit still and all the swelling sets place. Oh my god, it sets into place. I will take the fade spray, thank you. I used to have the PlayStation on a shelf at the end of my bed, and the TV way up high. It was really small. It was actually a travel TV. Do you remember those travel CRTs? And I couldn't walk. Like I wasn't like, my spinal cord was okay, but everything had swelled around it because we didn't realize how busted I was. Because when you do certain sports, like the one that I did, you're injured all the time. So you just kind of like, walk it off. It'll be fine. Take drugs. Good to go. So this was the disc that was in the PlayStation at the time, and I couldn't get up from the bed to go to the shelf to get any other games, and I was in so much pain, and my bedroom was in the basement, and my parents are on the second floor, right? So I can't call for help. We didn't have cell phones, all right? I mean, we had cell phones, but you probably, like, it was not that weird if you didn't have one as a kid. So I couldn't be like, Dad, I need to go to the ER. So that whole night... and into the next day, too, because we would all get up and just go about our business. Like, my sister would go off to school, I'd go off to school, and I was always the last one to leave the house, so nobody knew that I was still down there. And... oh, man! Oh, wait, I'm gonna... hang on. Oh, it was a really bad time. I couldn't get up, couldn't, like, go and pee. We won't get into that, but that took some... I should just read these. That took some creativity. But yeah, that's the problems with being alone, as nobody knows if you're injured. But anyway, I couldn't sleep. I didn't have any real drugs to take. Like, Motrin's not gonna do it. And so I just played this game over and over and over again. And then even once my family realized I was hurt, right? It was still like, well, what's gonna change? I'm still just gonna be in bed. And it just... but because I had played it so many times the night that I was injured, I had discovered things about it. And I was like, I'm gonna just keep playing that. And I was on drugs. So I discovered the magic of this game that you can miss. Do I want to use these? The magic of this game real early when I put it in, that I would not have known was there if I hadn't been stuck and forced to play it multiple times. So... let's get into it. Dane, you got distracted by your own thoughts. Yes, I did, because I shouldn't launch into a story when I first started playthrough, because there's always something to comment on. So let's deal with these first. Game instructions. Guides by the how to play, it says. This explains about various... I'm not going to read it, because it's literally just how to play. But there's a secret with this game. A secret, if you will. We used to have all these interesting little things that were built into games. Now it's just you buy the game... you have achievements which will tell you what those secret things are, and then you buy DLC. So you see all this? These are all the files that I can get. If I get them all, which will require backtracking, because you can miss them, we should unlock another file in New Game Plus, because this is a game that its value hinges on the New Game Plus aspect, which is arguably one of the things that the remake maybe did correctly, is so they cut a bunch of stuff. But I would argue that the remake value is in its... it is like they managed to retain the replay value in that. I'm not sure that Resident Evil 2 Remake did. I think it did a decent job, but it's definitely a different beast. This one has... I feel like statistically I've probably encountered every permutation of this game that there is. It's possible I haven't. Because, like, we'll get into it. There's choices in this that we didn't have in the remake. And you'll see what I mean. But this is... if we get all the junk, we will be able to read Jill's diary, which tells us some stuff. So I'm going to have to try to remember where the hell everything is. I probably don't remember exactly... like, consciously anyway. But you know, oh. I know where all the do not point of no returns are. Okay, so this game, like, yeah, Remake, sorry, it's been a year or two since I played Remake. Whenever we recorded Remake is the last time I played it. So it's been at least a year, because I think I did that back in Ontario. Gunpowder thing. So here's your recipe book, my friends. Now, so I love that the game has a grenade launcher. I'm probably not going to mix any ammo for it, because I like to go right from the handgun, the shotgun, all the way to the Magnum at the end. The Triple C! Ah! Vitamin Triple C! That's the one that I like. But you can play this however you want. So we're gonna mix gunpowder. Now, the game so the game has 2 modes. It has easy and it has hard, which is really just easy and normal. Don't worry about it. We are on hard mode, so normal mode. Because easy, you start with like an M16, which is kind of fun. But I do actually have to be mindful of ammo, so the best thing to do to get the most bang for your buck is if you get 3, if you have 3 gunpowders and you shove them in the bullet thingy. The little bullet press, or whatever the fuck you call that thing. Oh, and Dane, you have sworn! I am trying not to, but you know, I have done it. Kanban. But I need a butt ton, if you will, of Hog'em bullets on the way out here. Okay, so now we have to put up with Dane's OCD about the magic box. It's exactly what you think it is. Do I want the knife? No, the knife is... I think the knife is useless. I'm trying to remember. Dane, how can you not know? You just said like you know this one the best. I do. I think. We'll see. I mean, it's been a smidge. Like, I went to find the memory card for this, because I was like, I know I played the crap out of this. I know I did the mercenaries. Wait, no, Dane, that's not even your system. I know I did the mercenaries. I know I've unlocked, you know, just about everything. Oh my gosh, come on, PS3 controller. Okay, so now you know what I'm using. The PS3 is the version we're gonna use, which means that it's an absolutely clean save file, because I've never cleared it on the PS3. Which means that we don't have all the costumes. I haven't unlocked mercenary mode. We don't have the diary. We don't have anything. So this is the virgin setting on this, which we're promptly going to defile by doing it multiple times, because I think what I'd like to do with this. Now you can look up a flow chart for this. Yeah, throw that crap away. Thank you, Jill. I will discard it. We can get out of the... Somehow we got locked into the warehouse that we busted into uninvited. And the key was upstairs, but Dario there never... whatever, it doesn't matter. So, we're going to do this a few times, because I'd like to do all the different pathways. Because again, the whole point of this game is how many times you replay it. Oh, it feels so good to be back in these pre-rendered backgrounds. They look a little bit like ass in 2024, but I love them. There's this little story and everything. There's nothing strange though, Dane! There's no story here for you. That's fine. That's fine. I can rock with this. This is also a nice, like, kind of short one. You can do this in a couple of hours, no problem. Will I do it in a couple of hours? Absolutely, possibly. Okay, so there's 2 ways I can go here. You see the guy? You don't need to go that way. Where's my map? Do I have a map? I do have a map. Yeah. So, you would think you need to go this way, right? Don't go that way. We're gonna go... well, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but... This also has... Okay, so this does have an auto-aim, which is R2. And the auto-aim... does it aim at the guy? It doesn't look like she's... I think what it does, and we'll find out real quick, is that it's actually aiming at explosives. Because this game is annoying in the sense that it has a dodge function, but it doesn't have a dodge button. Which means that sometimes Jill will dodge. I bear no responsibility for it. Here we go. Oh, a door! Ha ha ha! Oh no! Oh, who was that guy? He looks familiar. Alright guys, let's see if I can do that. I mean, I've done this whole game without saving. We're gonna save because, you know, problems. But, oh yeah, no, auto-aim is on for the dudes. Am I already dicking this up? My goodness! Dane, I thought you were an expert. I thought I was too. I guess not, though. That's alright, it'll just make it harder for us and we can enjoy ourselves. Get off me! How do I Here, okay, here's, yeah, okay, I do have a quick turn. Alright, and auto-aim is on. I wonder if I can turn that off. Why would you want to turn it off, Dane? It's your best friend. It is, but I kind of want to do it without. Get off! Oh, they charged! Now that's something that is annoying. Really, you're not dead? You're just gonna not be dead? Okay, well you guys, like, you messed up my day. But they were just like, oh, you think you have the skills, Dane? You have no skills, it's been a few years. Okay, so auto-aim is great for these games with fixed cameras. As soon as they gave us auto-aim, it was like, ha 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 ha, no problem, because you can sort of see around the corner with it. Oh, this door wasn't locked the whole time. Dane, you think you know what's going on, but you don't. No, I don't. This would go, okay, so this would loop us all the way back around to where we came from. So let's just skip that, because all there is guys that are going to cost me more balletas. And these old games, they're all about the mathematical manipulation. So we're going to rock out with that. Oh, it's so nice to see this old icon again. Hello, beautiful thing. Big E concert, September 30th. Starts at 7:30 p.m. Oh. I still maintain that Raccoon City is not that big, despite the fact that I have played this game. And it's got 2 town maps. But we never really look up. Maybe that's the problem. I think what threw me in the remake and in 2, well, like all of it, was just like, why are the buildings so high? Like, why does it look like Montreal? I don't... Get off me! Yeah. I got you. You're not dead, though, because I don't see your little bloody tattoo down there. Alright. I was always kind of fascinated by this little room. Keep in mind, we didn't have a lot of games. The Walking Dead hadn't come out yet. Look at my shadow. I walk right over the pre-rendered. Look at that. I love that old stuff. As I was like, oh, this guy right here. This guy right here. So he's just down here in this moldy, crappy basement cellar thing with the buggos and his Mossberg. Damn, that's not a Mossberg. I don't know. And, like, what was it like hiding in there? I remember just being enchanted, which is, I'm going to use that word for something morbid. Cases of drinking water. By the concept of survival and the concept of, like, disastrous Armageddon kind of stories, which we became saturated with by the time I was an adult. And, like, now it's kind of overdone. Like, I loved zombie fiction before it was vogue. Not because I'm special or anything, but just because my dad was well, he still is. He collects these very sort of niche movies that come out of typically Europe. Things like Samson and the Mole Man. I think it was Samson and the Mole Man. Was it Samson? I remember I liked that one because it was these dudes that lived underground and they kicked ass. And then Samson kicked their ass, like Hercules Unchained, Steve Reed, all that kind of stuff. And as part of circulating in those circles, he would get these movies from typically Europe again, and maybe they were crappily dubbed into English, but sometimes they weren't. And so we had stuff, we had entertainment in the house that was not typical, because it wasn't stuff that was on TV, it wasn't stuff that you could go rent at Blockbuster usually. And a lot of that ended up being stuff like, can I get into the, I don't think I can get into the, no, the whole point is I have to go around the back of the bar jack. Was, why am I having trouble saying this? I was going to say Argento, and I'm like, I know that's adjacent in my brain. Oh my gosh, Romero movies. The daddy of the zombie flick. And so I had seen those as a wee tiny little Danelina. And, oh, I hear that guy just eat it.